Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, MIL won't move out. Update, MIL won't move out. Wedding day. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. MIL won't move out. My MIL moved in with us the first weekend of March. We agreed that she would move out by the 1st of May. We lived with her before and she made my life a living hell and caused me to almost leave my partner, as I couldn't stand the idea of being in any way, shape, or form tied to his mother. We have a 15-month-old daughter and I'm currently heavily pregnant with a baby boy. Since she moved in, I have to do all the cooking and cleaning and get passive-aggressive comments or remarks whenever she doesn't agree with something I do. She treats my daughter and my 7-year-old stepdaughter very differently. She even said straight to my face that my stepdaughter will always be her favorite grandchild and she can't help but show it. Due to my pregnancy, I have been fainting, feeling extremely dizzy, nauseous, have severe back pains, sciatica, and my legs go numb a lot. It's hard enough trying to take care of a wobbler and keep on top of the housework without having a whole extra person to essentially take care of. Her stuff is left all over the house. Our downstairs toilet became her very own storage room. Our upstairs linen wardrobe had to be emptied and is now used exclusively for her things. My stepdaughter had to move into the same room as my 15-month-old, and now it's unsafe for my daughter to play in there due to the number of tiny toys which my mother-in-law is continuously buying. She is not doing anything to find a place to live. The only place she contacted was sent to her by my partner that I found for them. Literally a short walking distance from her job. She went to a viewing and when she came back she said she didn't like it because the girls that were already living there were younger than her. She is hoping that the rental prices will drop in the next few months and then she wants to rent out nothing less than a 2-bedroom house for herself. Today my stepdaughter approached me and, very clearly rehearsed with my MIL, told me that her Omi should stay living with us and not to make her move out. I'm obviously seen as the bad guy for wanting her to move out before the baby is born. She told me that she is taking a week off work when the baby is born so she can bond with the baby the moment it's home with us. That she would help out. There would be no helping out, just expectation of me hosting her in my home while recovering and with a newborn. I do not know what to do at this point. I want to scream and cry and just run away. I told my partner straight that I want to leave if she doesn't move out soon because I'm not coping. I'm ready to pack up and go stay with my parents until she's gone, but I know my relationship with my partner would not survive me leaving with our daughter even temporarily. He also cannot afford the rent for our home on his own. At least half of our income comes from me minding dogs in our house, and if I'm not here, there is no one to look after the dogs, and so one income is completely gone. I just feel so very trapped. Edit to add. MIL moved in with us because my sister-in-law kicked her out of their house after she lived with them for over a year. She does not pay any bills or rent. She might occasionally buy groceries, but it's often done because she feels I didn't do a good enough job at grocery shopping. She has a stable, full-time job that pays her well. Last time she lived with us, she kept calling me a stupid cow, lazy, said I should never be a mother and that she could never love a child that would be born to me. I had a miscarriage and worked 16-hour night shifts taking care of people with dementia. She never moved out last time. I ended up renting out a separate house and just left. My partner followed and MIL stayed behind until she decided to move in with us so she wouldn't be alone. I'm scared that history is repeating itself, but this time around it's not just me. I now have 2 children to think of. My partner and I are not married. We were supposed to have our wedding in summer 2020, but global events put a pause to that. We have been together nearly 8 years, living together for 6 years. He is a fantastic father. I could never fault him on his commitment to his children. He is always trying to improve as a dad and is very involved when it comes to childcare. Being a great dad doesn't mean that he is a great partner. We love each other and are committed to one another, but there is no support when it comes to taking care of the house. I do all the cooking, household chores, groceries, etc.
Being pregnant doesn't change the split of household responsibilities.
He will help if asked repeatedly to do something, but it's often much easier to just do it myself instead of waiting for days and nagging.
Go to your parents.
Make sure stepdaughter is okay/safe or take her with you.
Because to be honest, I think she needs to see some normal household behavior.
Job shared, adults being polite, a marriage where people have more equal roles, and that just because you're the oldest there doesn't mean you get waited on. You don't have to give your partner an ultimatum, this is history repeating itself.
He knows exactly what he needs to do. You do absolutely everything in that house with no support. The least he can do is sort his mother out.
If he doesn't act and she stays, you know where you stand.
Even then, I give them 2 weeks. The house will be a mess and they will probably have a Mexican standoff over who cooks. If he gets her out sharpish, good. Either way, you need to stay with your parents for a couple of weeks.
You need to rest and have some TLC that neither of the others provide.
Get some naps in. When the baby arrives, that woman is not seeing him.
She has told you she would never love a child of yours. You know how she treats your daughter.
She only wants to be with this one because it is a boy. Your daughter will be pushed back again.
At 15 months, they are listening.
Might not understand everything, but they pick up on the body language and she deserves more. With 2 under 2s, your partner needs to step up too. You say partner, but he isn't. He is not sharing the chores or responsibilities with you. He gets waited on like his mother. You either don't realize you're doing it because he isn't rude to you like she is, or you know full well and you let him get away with it. Things need to change. While still pregnant, you need rest. You should not be getting dizzy, etc. Speak to your doctor.
They need to keep an eye on your blood pressure, similarly checking for gestational diabetes.
Ignoring it because you're too busy dealing with everyone else is dangerous. All you should be doing is reading or singing with your daughter. If MIL doesn't leave, you don't go back. If he can't cope without your income, that is his mess.
It will be upsetting for you, but if at 7/8 months pregnant you can look after 4 other people and a house and cooking,
you can do anything.
I'm with everyone who says boot her or leave, but will add that the stuff in the downstairs toilet and in the linen cupboard needs to be unceremoniously dumped on the floor of the room she sleeps in. If she tries to take over those spaces again, the stuff goes in the trash. The little, dangerous toys also all go in the trash. The stuff left all over the house goes on her bed once. After that, it goes in the trash.
She wants food?
She buys and cooks it, put locks on the cabinets and fridge if you have to. You do not feed her, or, for that matter, her son.
You feed yourself and the kids, period.
You do no housework in any part of the house primarily used by her. In short, her comfy free ride ends now.
Full stop.
He is not a fantastic father.
A fantastic father would not allow his mother to play favorites with his children.
He would not allow his children to grow up and think that it's okay for their mother to be mistreated. He would risk the health of his unborn child by allowing his heavily pregnant wife to go through this level of stress, which is incredibly risky and dangerous.
He would not allow his 7-year-old to be emotionally manipulated.
He would not have his children grow up thinking a heavily pregnant woman should be doing all the housework.
A fantastic father would put his own nuclear family before all else.
He is not a fantastic father.
Your marriage also won't survive if you stay with her.
He is a fantastic father. I could never fault him on his commitment to his children. He is always trying to improve as a dad and is very involved when it comes to childcare.
No, he is not.
A good father would not allow this to happen to his pregnant wife and for this woman to upend his children's household. He is a selfish father that gets to be the fun parent and ignore the BS and allow you to be the bad guy because you are the only one trying to make things right.
He needs to tell her to beat it. Or you need to move. Before the baby is born.
Call in the cavalry, all your family, and move out ASAP.
I was screaming this internally while reading the OP. Having a good connection with the kids is not good dad material, it's what makes a great uncle. Doing the nitty-gritty daily domestic tasks is part of it. Stop giving her a choice.
Either she's out next week or eviction is filled that very day, affecting her credit, so she'll still have to leave just into a crappier place, lesser than what she could have had she left with self-respect.
Up to her.
She leaves with dignity and same credit or without. Maybe when she realizes it's only herself she'd be hurting by squatting, she may leave.
And if not,
once she's embarrassed in court, evicted and tossed out on her bumming butt, she'll learn not to come back looking to freeload there again, as OP means business. As for SD, she will get over it, and a lot faster without MIL in her ear 24/7.
Well, you've seen this play before. So you either need to realize your partner will never support you and you be miserable, or you put on your big girl pants, leave him, turn off any bills you were paying, separate your finances, and move out ASAP. I'm sorry, but this is a terrible position to be in. Thankfully, you hold all the cards. You have to take a deep breath and decide how to play them. Frankly, I wish you the very best. Update: MIL won't move out. I ended up temporarily staying with my parents.
They are only able to let me and my 15-month-old daughter stay for a few days at a time on weekly basis, but it's still an escape from my MIL. While they would love to help us out more, they are currently going through some personal issues and are just not in a position to help support me, my toddler, and my soon-to-be-born baby. Me and my partner had a long, hard discussion about everything that has been happening, and the bottom line is, he doesn't believe things are as bad as I make them out to be. He said that I make mountains out of anthills and that living with his mom is nowhere near as bad this time around as it was when she lived with us previously. However, he did promise to talk to her about any passive-aggressive comments. He also promised to start helping out around the house so long as I remind him of what chores need to be done.
As you can all probably guess, MIL is not going to be moving out.
My partner's solution to her refusing to leave is to ask her to contribute to rent, and in September, when our lease is up, have us and the kids move to a new house without her. All the stress is very negatively affecting my pregnancy, and I'm in a lot of pain. I'm really struggling and had to call the emergency number for the maternity hospital yesterday.
Luckily, my baby is okay, me not so much, but I'm just glad my son is going to be fine.
I started contacting all of my clients, and within the next 3 to 4 weeks all of my dog bookings will be completed and I'll be free to leave. With my MIL apparently now contributing to rent, I'm not worried about my partner not coping financially without my income. I don't know how or where, but I know I can't stay here with my MIL and my partner enabling her. I don't believe that we will move out without her in September, and if we do, I do not believe that she will not follow us yet again to the new house. I can't keep running away from this woman and moving homes every few years to get away from her just for her to keep coming back.
Go nuclear. Do what she does back. After all, JustNoMil thinks it's fine.
Fight back. She makes a comment that something isn't clean, tell her to get her filthy ass up and clean then. Take back the bedroom and bathroom, she can put her stuff in storage or it gets thrown out. She makes a passive-aggressive comment, make an aggressive one back.
Ask her every day when she's moving out or giving more money.
Remind her every day that she needs you, not the other way around. Give her a list of chores.
Harp on them. Non-stop.
Make her life unpleasant.
Do not do her laundry or cooking or cleaning.
This is your house and your children, get mad and let it all out.
This 100%.
Make her more miserable than she makes you. You could show him your 2 posts and our comments on how he is failing as a father and husband. His mom is toxic in the home where the kids are. They see a mom worn down and getting zero support, failed at both jobs.
Imagine a stranger causing this stress on your wife and unborn. Sparta kick off the ledge, right? But no, mommy is too much work for this lazy coward.
I am dumbfounded that DH is sleeping several nights without his wife and child and thinks that it's not that bad. What a jackass. His pregnant wife as well. OP, I'm so sorry to hear this update. I think you should stop contributing to the household completely. No money to the bank account, groceries for just you and LO, turn on the silent treatment for both of them and leave as soon as you are able. This will never get better with his terrible attitude. Stay strong. He also promised to start helping out around the house so long as I remind him of what chores need to be done. Don't do another chore for anyone but you and kiddo. Go on strike. Let them live in filth and go hungry, it's what they deserve. I would stop doing anything you're currently doing for your partner. Feed you and the kids and no one else. Only shop for you and the kids. Only you and the kids' laundry. Basically separate in the house. He made his choice and it's not you. Act accordingly. So much this. Horrible situation, he's a huge JN. In your last post, you had the following impression of him. He is a fantastic father. I could never fault him on his commitment to his children. He is always trying to improve as a dad and is very involved when it comes to childcare. I hope this illusion has been dispelled. He's literally willing to have his kids sleep somewhere else just so he can breastfeed from his mother. Bad father. Sweetie, I don't think this man is good for you. He lets his own mother abuse his GF. How is that a good example for his two daughters? You deserve better. You're right to start getting your ducks in a row to leave. Quietly secure all important docs for you, your little one, and your pregnancy notes. Open a bank account is your name alone if you don't have one. Gather money and whatever you'll need to walk out the door with your daughter as soon as you're ready. Focus only on doing things to A, look after yourself and your daughter, and B, gradually preparing to leave. Drop the rope on everything else. Gray rock them with all your might. Have nothing to say to either of them except when they complain about chores/cooking/whatever not being done for them. I'm not doing that anymore for adults who show me no respect. Do it yourself. Or don't. I don't care. Also, I'm not interested in having this conversation is the kind of phrase you should get comfortable using. Wedding day. My JustNoMil mom and sister didn't show up to my wedding yesterday. Let me tell you, I had a good 5-minute cuss out, not to them to ever hear, but just screaming and throwing words around while my aunts, her sisters, let me get it all out, to them both in the bathroom right before the ceremony. I was so freaking angry. But after that, I didn't even think about it, and the whole night was perfect. Anyway, after demanding to be the mo, my sister didn't talk to me since 2019, so no surprise she didn't show. But JustNoMil doesn't realize I won here. I had my day. The whole family took note she wasn't there. And I have the love and support of every single person in her family, my dad's family, and all my in-laws. It sounds like your JN mom and JNS's non-attendance at your wedding was a win for you. You got your lovely wedding without their drama. Congratulations. My dad faked a heart attack not to come to my wedding. He wasn't missed and we had a great time. Glad you did too. Whoa. That is next level crazy. What is wrong with these people? It's bad enough to go, but faking a heart attack takes away attention. You're way better off. Added bonus, they couldn't ruin any photos and leave a lasting memory of their stupidity. Came here to say that. My JN stepmom is in all of mine, sadly. Congratulations on your fabulous day. Now block JN mom and JN sis on phone, email, all social media. If something happens to them, hospitalization/death, you'll be informed by other family members, so there's really no reason for them to be able to contact you. Well, that explains it. I thought I detected that the world stopped for a bit. Wait, and no, it didn't? I guess you just went ahead and lived life, had a great celebration with friends and family while she sat home alone and not at a party. This round's winner is you. Yep.
Short pause to acknowledge it made me feel like sh*t for a moment. But after that I didn't even notice she wasn't there. So that explains the earthquake we had yesterday way away over here in New Zealand. It was the earth shuddering under the weight of JNM's massive ego, thinking her presence would be missed. Congrats, OP. And if I can be your mom for a minute, I'm so proud of you, and I know you look stunning and will have the joy in years to come of looking back at your wedding album and it being filled with just the people who love you. Sounds like mom and sis gave you the perfect wedding present. Congratulations on the wedding, and I'm glad it went well. My mother dangled the possibility of she and my grandmother not coming, and I freaked out. Then I imagined my wedding without them, and realized I'd be happier. And just like that, the stress just lifted off my shoulders. They can come or not come. Doesn't matter. But JustNoMil doesn't realize I won here. Well said. Cheering and loud applause. These ridiculous JN tantrums ultimately punish no one but themselves. But really though, her entire family, including her own father, my lovely grandpa, were all there and took me in for the day. Her in-laws, dad's family, all got to see how she wasn't there and everyone made sure to hug me extra tight. It was phenomenal. Now I won't lie, my Mil was drunk as a skunk and she isn't perfect and I wanted to scream at her yesterday too, but at least she came to the wedding and didn't make the day about her. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.